Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Everyday English Podcast. I'm Jessica, and today we're talking about something we all do every single day, our evening routine.
Hey there, I'm Jack. And yes, today we're covering how to talk about your evening habits, wind-down activities, and nighttime routines in natural English.
This is such a practical topic because everyone has some kind of evening routine, whether it's simple or elaborate, and it comes up in conversations all the time.
Exactly. People love talking about their routines, what they do to relax after work, how they prepare for bed, and how they wind down from the day.
Right. So today, we'll teach you all the vocabulary you need to describe your evening activities, from getting home from work to going to bed and everything in between.
We'll cover common evening activities, relaxation habits, dinner routines, preparation for the next day, and bedtime rituals. Plus, we'll show you how native speakers talk about all of this naturally.
By the end of this episode, you'll be able to describe your entire evening routine in English with confidence and detail.
Perfect. So, everyone, let's settle in and learn how to talk about evenings in English.
All right, Jack. Let's start from when people typically get home from work or school. What do people usually say about arriving home?
Great starting point. You might say, I get home around 6 p.m., or I usually arrive home at 6:30.
Right. I get home from work around 6, or I usually get back from the office at 6:30.
When you first arrive home, you might describe what you do, like, the first thing I do when I get home is, or as soon as I walk in,
These are great sentence starters. The first thing I do when I get home is change into comfortable clothes. Or, as soon as I walk in, I kick off my shoes.
Kick off my shoes is a casual way to say take off your shoes. Very natural.
You might also say, I throw my bag down, I hang up my coat, or I put my keys in the bowl.
These are all those little actions we do automatically when we arrive home.
Now, a really common thing people do is change clothes. You might say, I change out of my work clothes, I put on something comfortable, or I get into my pajamas.
Or more casually, I change into sweats, I put on my loungewear, or I get into comfy clothes.
Sweats refers to sweatpants and sweatshirts, casual, comfortable clothes. Loungewear is clothes specifically for relaxing at home.
Now, what about unwinding and decompressing after work? How do people talk about this?
You might say, I need to unwind after work. I decompress for a bit. Or I like to relax before starting my evening.
Unwind and decompress both mean to release tension and relax after a stressful period.
You could describe specific unwinding activities, like I scroll through my phone for a few minutes, I sit down and just breathe, or I watch TV to decompress.
Or I check my social media, I catch up on my messages, or I zone out for a while.
Zone out is a casual phrase meaning to mentally disconnect, stop thinking, just relax without focusing on anything.
Now, let's talk about dinner. This is a major part of most people's evening routine. How do we talk about this?
You might say, I make dinner, I cook dinner, I prepare dinner, or I fix dinner.
Fix dinner is very American English. It means prepare or make dinner.
Or if you're not cooking, I order takeout, I get food delivered, I pick up food on the way home, or we go out to eat.
Takeout is food you order from a restaurant but take home. Delivery is when they bring it to your door.
You could describe your typical dinner like, I usually eat around 7. We have dinner together as a family. Or I eat while watching TV.
Or I meal prep on Sundays, so I just heat up my prepared meals. I keep it simple with a salad or sandwich. Or I don't eat heavy dinners.
Now, what about after dinner? What do people typically do?
You might say, after dinner, I do the dishes. I clean up the kitchen. Or I tidy up a bit.
Do the dishes means wash dishes. Clean up means tidy, put things away. Tidy up means make neat and organized. All very common evening activities. You can also say load the dishwasher or wash up British. Now let's talk about connecting with others. You might say, I call my parents, I video chat with friends, or I text with my partner.
Or we have family time. I put the kids to bed, or I help with homework.
Put the kids to bed is a whole routine in itself. It might include I give them a bath, I read bedtime stories, or I tuck them in.
Now, let's practice. I'll describe my evening routine, and you listen for all the vocabulary.
Perfect.
I usually get home from work around 6:30. The first thing I do is change out of my work clothes and put on sweats. Then I decompress for about 20 minutes. I usually scroll through social media or watch YouTube. Around 7, I make dinner. I try to cook something healthy, but sometimes I just order takeout if I'm too tired. After dinner, I do the dishes and tidy up the kitchen. Then I relax on the couch and catch up on my shows. Around 9:30, I start my bedtime routine. I shower, brush my teeth, and read for about 30 minutes. I'm usually in bed by 10:30.
Excellent. You used so many routine phrases naturally. Now let's talk about winding down for bed specifically.
Right, this is an important part of the evening. You might say, I start winding down around 9, or I begin my bedtime routine at 9:30, or I start getting ready for bed.
Winding down means gradually relaxing and preparing your mind and body for sleep. You might describe your routine, I take a shower, I take a bath, or I wash my face.
Or I do my skincare routine. I brush my teeth, I floss, or I wash up. Wash up is British English for washing face and hands, getting clean before bed.
You might say, I set my alarm, I plug in my phone, or I charge my devices.
Or I lay out my clothes for tomorrow, I check that the doors are locked, or I turn off all the lights.
Some people have specific bedtime rituals. You might say, I read before bed, I journal, or I meditate for a few minutes.
Or I listen to a podcast, I do some light stretching, or I practice gratitude.
Practice gratitude means thinking about what you're grateful for. It's a popular bedtime habit.
You might also say, I avoid screens before bed, I put my phone away, or I dim the lights.
These are all things people do to prepare for better sleep.
Now, what about actually going to bed? How do we say that?
You might say, I go to bed around 11, I turn in at 10:30, or I hit the hay around 10.
Turn in and hit the hay are both casual phrases for going to bed.
You could also say, I'm usually in bed by 11, I try to be asleep by 10:30, or I aim for 8 hours of sleep.
Or I crawl into bed, I get under the covers, or I snuggle up in bed.
These are cozy, descriptive ways to talk about getting into bed. Now, let's have a complete conversation where we ask each other about our evening routines.
Great idea. So, what's your typical evening like? What do you do after work?
Well, I usually get home around 6. I change into comfortable clothes right away. I can't stand being in work clothes a minute longer. Then I make dinner, nothing fancy, just something quick and easy.
Do you cook every night?
Most nights, yeah. But Fridays I usually treat myself and order takeout. After dinner, I clean up the kitchen, then I relax. I usually read or watch something on Netflix.
That sounds nice. Do you do anything to prepare for the next day?
I try to. I pack my lunch and choose my outfit the night before. It makes mornings so much easier. What about you? What's your evening routine?
Mine's pretty similar. I get home, change clothes, then I usually go for a run or do a workout. After that, I shower and make dinner. I like to meal prep, so I often just heat up something I prepared over the weekend.
Oh, that's smart. I should start doing that. What do you do before bed?
I try to wind down by 9:30. I put my phone away, do some light reading, and I'm usually in bed by 10. I'm an early sleeper.
I'm jealous. I'm more of a night owl. I don't usually get to bed until midnight.
Perfect conversation. We used so much routine vocabulary naturally.
Right. Get home, change clothes, make dinner, order takeout, clean up, relax, watch, prepare for the next day, pack my lunch, choose my outfit, go for a run, workout, shower, meal prep, wind down, put phone away, in bed by, night owl. Amazing.
Now let's talk about variations in evening routines. Not everyone's evenings are the same every day.
Right. You might say, on weeknights, I have a strict routine, but weekends are more relaxed. Or, my evenings vary depending on the day.
Or during the week, I go to bed early, but I stay up late on weekends.
You could say, some nights I'm productive, other nights I just veg out.
Veg out is casual slang meaning to be completely lazy and unproductive, like a vegetable. I just vegged out on the couch all evening.
You might also say, if I have evening plans, my routine goes out the window, meaning it gets disrupted.
Or I try to stick to my routine, but life happens.
Now let's talk about how to ask others about their evening routines. You might ask, what do you usually do in the evenings? Or, what's a typical evening like for you?
Or how do you spend your evenings? What's your evening routine? Or what do you do after work?
More specific questions, what time do you usually eat dinner? Do you cook or order out? What do you do to relax?
Or what time do you go to bed? Are you a night owl or an early bird? Do you have any evening rituals?
Night owl means someone who stays up late. Early bird means someone who wakes up early and goes to bed early.
Now let's talk about describing the quality or feel of your evenings. You might say, my evenings are usually busy, or I have relaxing evenings, or my evenings are chaotic.
Or, I like having structured evenings. I prefer spontaneous evenings. Or, my evenings are pretty low-key.
Low-key means relaxed, not exciting. Chill. I'm having a low-key evening at home.
You could say, I treasure my evenings. Evenings are my favorite part of the day. Or, I look forward to my evenings.
Or the opposite, my evenings are stressful. I feel rushed in the evenings. Or I wish I had more time in the evening.
Now let's talk about evening routines with partners or families. You might say, we cook dinner together, we eat as a family, or we take turns doing dishes.
Or we have family time after dinner. We watch a show together. Or we catch up on our days.
Catch up on our days means talk about what happened during the day, share your experiences.
You might say, we put the kids to bed together. We read bedtime stories. Or we have a bedtime routine for the kids.
Or for couples, we relax together. We have our evening tea, or we wind down side by side.
Now let's talk about goals or changes to evening routines. You might say, I'm trying to establish a better evening routine. Or I want to be more productive in the evenings.
Or, I'm working on going to bed earlier. I'm trying to cut down on screen time. Or, I want to add exercise to my evening routine.
You could say, I'm experimenting with different routines. Or I'm trying to find what works for me. Or I'm being more intentional about my evenings.
Being intentional means doing things on purpose, with thought and planning, not just automatically. Now, let's do another practice conversation where someone is trying to improve their evening routine. Good idea. I'll be trying to make changes. I really need to fix my evening routine. Right now, it's a mess.
What's going on with it?
I get home and just waste time scrolling on my phone until really late. Then I don't have time to cook, so I eat junk food. I end up staying up until 1 a.m. and I'm exhausted the next day.
That sounds rough. Have you thought about what you'd like to change?
Yeah, I want to start cooking healthy dinners, maybe go to bed by 11 and stop being on my phone so much. I just don't know how to make it stick.
Start small. Maybe just focus on one thing first. What if you tried putting your phone away when you get home, just for 30 minutes?
That's a good idea. I could use that time to actually cook instead of ordering pizza again.
Exactly. And once that becomes a habit, you can work on the bedtime thing. What helps you wind down?
I used to read before bed. I should get back into that instead of scrolling until midnight.
That's perfect. Reading is so much better for sleep than screens. You could set a reminder at 10 p.m. to start your bedtime routine.
You're right. I need to be more intentional about my evenings instead of just letting time slip away.
You got this. Small changes add up. Just pick one thing to start with this week.
Great conversation showing someone wanting to improve their routine.
Right. We used fix my routine, mess, waste time, scrolling, junk food, staying up, exhausted, make it stick, start small, putting phone away, becomes a habit, wind down, bedtime routine, intentional, time slip away. All natural.
Now your homework. This week, describe your own evening routine in English, either out loud or in writing.
Use as many phrases from today's episode as you can. Try to describe your routine from getting home to going to bed.
Also, ask someone in English, if possible, what's your evening routine like, and have a conversation about it.
Pay attention to evening routines mentioned in English TV shows, podcasts, or YouTube videos. Notice how people talk about their evenings.
All right, let's recap everything we learned today.
We learned about arriving home, get home, arrive home, get back from work, first thing I do, as soon as I walk in, kick off shoes, change clothes.
We learned unwinding vocabulary. Unwind, decompress, relax, scroll through phone, zone out, catch up on messages.
We learned dinner phrases. Make dinner, cook dinner, fix dinner, order takeout, get delivery, eat around 7, have dinner.
We learned post-dinner activities. Do the dishes, clean up, tidy up, relax on couch, catch up on shows, binge watch.
We learned about productive evenings, work on projects, study, prep for the next day, pack lunch, choose outfit, check calendar.
We learned evening activities. Read, work on hobbies, play video games, go to the gym, take an evening walk, call parents, family time.
We learned about bedtime routine. Wind down, start bedtime routine, take a shower, do skincare, brush teeth, set alarm, read before bed, journal, meditate.
We learned going to bed phrases. Go to bed, turn in, hit the hay, in bed by, crawl into bed, get under the covers.
We learned variations. Weeknights versus weekends, veg out, routine goes out the window, night owl versus early bird.
We learned descriptive phrases. Busy evenings, relaxing evenings, low-key, structured, spontaneous, treasure my evenings.
We learned about changes. Establish better routine, being more intentional, cut down screen time, make it stick, start small.
And we practiced with complete conversations about typical routines and improving routines.
Remember, everyone's evening routine is different, and that's okay. There's no perfect routine, just what works for you.
Being able to describe your routine helps you connect with others and share your lifestyle in English conversations.
And talking about routines is a great conversation topic. It's personal, but not too personal, interesting, and everyone can participate.
If you found this episode helpful, let us know. Leave a comment and tell us what's your favorite part of your evening routine.
Or describe your entire evening in English as practice.
Next time, we're covering how to talk about morning routines in English, the perfect companion to today's episode.
Until then, enjoy your evenings, establish good habits, and keep practicing your English.
Have peaceful evenings, everyone.
Take care.
Bye.
See you next time.